Oh my god. Okay. I wanted to whip out my computer because I'm about to have I'm about to have a mental crisis in a public setting. Actually not crisis. I feel like because I'm so because I'm not like smoking like anything that happens, I kind of have not even control. I have less control over when it happens, but because it's like being continually like I have the urge to cry all the time now. Not in a like, oh, just weed made my life so much better way, but like in a, it just allowed me to disconnect from reality way, which is the reason that I wanted to stop smoking, because I'm like, I want to experience my emotions again. I want to be a full person just beyond, like, I don't want my humanity to be adulterated by anything outside of myself. And I don't want to adulterate my own humanity. So I'm like, I want to be the only force deciding any of that. But long story short, I have control over when like right now I'm like, oh, shit's about to get serious. But like I know the timeline of that. Like I don't know when it's gonna end by any means. But I know that like right now I'm about to cry. But I already know how I'm gonna walk myself through it. So I was just like, fuck it. Okay. Or what if I don't? What if I don't? Because I feel good right now talking to myself, just sitting here talking to myself. Set the scene. Okay, but I think I'm gonna listen to some music. I'm gonna try to do this goddamn work. And if I can't, whichever way the wind blows. I think that's the thing that scared me a lot about stopping smoking weed. It's like life isn't predictable because I don't live the same day over and over again every day. So it's like I don't like, it's kind of up in the air what's gonna happen on a day-to-day, you know? Like I don't have my hands on the reins anymore. Well, I have my hands on the reins of like my actions, but not my emotions. I'm gonna listen to that like emo young boy and probably get a little bit in my back. And this is like a rebound song. Actually, all I really like is listening to rebound songs. I don't like sad songs. I'll cry really to anything. But I'm like, a rebound song keeps me like aware that like there is better to come, you know? I'm just like, no, I'm about to get flagged. I'm about to get copyrighted. Put on my headphones. But I'm full of shit. Like, why would I even? But the thing that I was thinking about is like, I have friends, but I just found the perfect way to describe this, because I always just say I don't have friends because that's an easier way to describe loneliness, because people outwardly, like the way I present my bonds with people, like I know a lot of people, but that doesn't equate to having a lot of friendships. I feel like people get confused because it equates to having a lot of possibilities for friendships, but they just don't work. They're not brought into fruition. Like I realize I have a lot of people that like invite me to like events, or like that'll ask me like to hang out like sporadically, like those like people that'll ask me like once a month, like once every 2 months to hang out. But my seeing people usually relies on the basis of there being like an event or me asking people to hang out. Like no one hangs out with me like in passing, you know. That's the difference. But it sucks because I am not the type of person to go to events. Like I don't like, I get very overwhelmed in group settings. I love group things, but I get so overwhelmed in them so quickly, so I just never feel compelled to go or to stay for long. But it sucks because I know that that's a lot of people's like realm of comfortability, and I never want someone to have to like violate their own comfortability and their identification of what works for them in that moment to like hang out with me. But I'm also like, no one makes like an extenuating effort to be my friend, but I feel like hanging out wise, I don't, but conversationally I do. But even then, I still ask people to hang out, but it's usually like in person. I'll ask people to hang out, like tentatively, which I know is like kind of like the hold up because a lot of people just don't follow up on things. And that's the whole thing. If I'm proposing it, I should be the one to follow up on it. But it's like, I feel like then coupled with that, I always used to be like, well, why does, like, a lot of people are kind of on the same page as me, but a lot of people still have friends. But then there comes in the fucking intimidating aspect of it because everyone's like, oh, you're intimidating. And I never, well, I was like, well, why the fuck is that ever an issue? If, yeah. But I'm realizing that really just is people, like, fucking, if people are hanging out in passing, that means that they're trying to maximize, like, their comfortability in total. Like, in passing is just, like, far more intimate than, like, group setting, which means that you're probably just going to want to be more comfortable then, or you're going to have more requirements for comfortability then, because it's also, like, more frequent than, like, group settings. But that's why I'm always trying to encourage people, like, tell me what you need in passing. Like, if you're ever not comfortable, please tell me that. But then I'm also like, does that discomfort people? But I'm just like, it sucks because I feel like everyone always thinks I'm straight because I have people that I talk to, yeah, in passing. And that's what, once again, people see. Like, if I'm on campus, I'm fucking talking to everyone. But it's also because, like, if I don't talk to everyone, or if I don't consistently talk to someone whenever I have the opportunity to, that's like just like, I only have classes like 3 days a week, and then if I don't talk to people then the next 4 days a week I don't talk to anybody. And it's like, you know, because I don't even always want to talk to people. I feel like in passing I prefer to talk to myself or not to talk. But I feel so compelled in the times that I do get to talk to people in passing to talk, because I don't have other fucking interactions outside of that. But then it's also like, I don't want people to feel overwhelmed by the amount of conversation, and I don't want that to set the precedent for like in passing links. And I don't want people to feel like they have an expectation of like talking during those. But then I also don't want people to feel like I'm disinterested, because if I basically, all of it surrounds around the fact that like my interactions are so few and far between that I feel like there's so much pressure in every single one of them. So I feel compelled to like maintain conversation, or if I don't want to talk, I feel badly for doing so, because I don't want people to think that I'm discomforted. But it's just like, I don't do well with talking all the time, and I don't want to talk all the time. But I feel like because people, I just hate the fact that people are discomforted by me, or that they think I'm intimidating, because all I want to do is be a source of comfort for other people. Because not only is it like beneficial for me in the sense that like I know that you are discomforted during our link, but like it's good for you because you're not discomforted during our link. And I don't want that to ever be an expectation that like you have to do something that you're uncomfortable with. Especially because that thing's not even my nature. Talking to myself is my nature, not talking to everybody else. God, but I'm like, also, there's no way to say this to someone without them feeling targeted, which is why I just take to the fucking YouTube. Because also, I'm like, I'm not gonna post this all over my close friends because then everyone and their mother is just gonna know, which would be fine. But then I'm also like, I don't want to. But also, I'm realizing like I'm a friend that people like to have in phases of their life, which for the longest time was because I was just a really, really shitty friend. Really shitty meaning I still cared about people a lot interpersonally. I still checked up on people. I cared about people's emotions, like saw them as emotional beings, but I was not the best version of myself. Like I loved to talk shit. Like I loved to talk shit. It wasn't like my first thing to do by any means, but it was like something that I very like much did. I feel like I had to, yeah, kind of do a lot of self-realization um because I wasn't the best friend for like a long time. And I feel like I would sit on things for like a long time until they became issues. I wasn't the most communicative with like, but it sucks because it's like at every stage of my life, I have been willing to grow. I can't say that definitively because my self accountability was not in the right place for a long, long, long time. Um, but like, it just sucks because I'm like, I know shitty people, I know great people, I know a ton of people in between, and everybody has somebody. I'm not gonna say everybody, because I don't know fucking everybody, but like the vast majority of people have somebody, and I don't. And I've realized, yeah, for the longest time I wanted that, but I thought that the best place to find that was in a relationship. But I'm like, I don't want to be in a relationship, but I want friends. I want friends and I want people to talk to me and I want, yeah. I feel like like so many just like large, unwell moments in my life have just boiled back down to like needing community. Not even needing community, like I'm gonna use my friends as therapists, because that's one thing that I've always been good at. I never do that. Oh, I never do that. I used my private story as my therapist, which was not a good thing for a long time because I definitely overshared and like trauma dumped like a lot, which can be very triggering for a lot of people. But that was something that I left in junior year and to senior year to freshman year to sophomore year. 3 years later, like, and this is like a whole new round of people too because this is college. But it's like I want friends. I want people that like on a day-to-day basis like think about me. Not even like, oh, always thinking about, like, I don't need to be the fucking center of anyone's universe, but I want to be part of someone's universe. And it's like, I don't know, it's just a lot because like I feel like just so many moments in my life have, yeah, boiled down to just like needing somebody. Not needing, once again, in the sense of like, I need to fall back on you. I need you to be like my support system. But like, I just want to talk to people and not feel like I have to fucking climb Mount Everest every single time to have access to human interaction. Like, the amount of fucking. It's like, yo, I don't know. Like, yeah. It's just not fun. I'm gonna try to get a bit of work done. Oh. I feel like one of my big things is like I'm like first foot forwarding it for so many different fucking things. Like literally tried my hand at attending like 1,000,010 different like events, like doing 1,000,010 things with 1,000,010 different clubs. But it's like I don't want to have to look high and fucking low for like, because just after a certain amount of just asking people to hang out, I just feel fucking stupid. I just like feel very legitimately stupid, and I don't like having to just overcome like embarrassment and isolation and fucking, because I know like if I come somewhere and like bring bad energy, like I'm not gonna like, yeah, like be invited back. And like because everything is like just not, it doesn't happen like so much. If it happens once, it's like that's the impression that's gonna stick with people. So it's like if I go somewhere, I know that I have to be able to have the energy that is going to be like brought like with other circumstances as well. Like that's why I cancel so much, because I'm just not having a good time. And whenever I go, I get overstimulated and send bad vibes. I'm just like I don't know how to fix this. I very genuinely do not know how to fix this. I think about this all the time. This is literally the number one thing that I fucking think about. I don't know how to fucking fix it. Because how do you go about someone like, can we just like hang out more? Like, can you start asking me to hang out? Because then I'm like, if I've like opened that door 1,000,010 times, I'm not gonna ask you to open it from the inside, because that like, if you're seeing it open, that means that you could walk through good and damn well. But it's like